A 25-year-old man with no criminal history throws himself at the mercy of the court after a single, reckless decision. He pleaded guilty to aggravated assault, but the story he tells in court is far from simple. The judge is stunned to learn the victim was shot in the back, asking, "You just shoot in the dark?" This is the dramatic moment where a life hung in the balance, and the final sentence is delivered.
Felony of aggravated assault. Pre-sentence report has been prepared, and the parties had an opportunity to review it. Are there any corrections or changes to it? First of all, defense?
Nothing from the defense.
And state?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Then it is made a part of the record for all purposes. So this is accurate. He has no criminal history?
That is correct.
Okay. The agreement is a cap of 6 years in prison. So you were looking at no less than 2 nor more than 6 years confinement in prison. If we follow imprisonment, you can be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation for up to 2 to 10 years. I believe regular probation is not an option for this court. I think those are our options, those two. Go ahead, Mr. Wilkinson. You may go first.
And, Matt, please, with all respect, Your Honor, I believe that the decision of the court today in this case is not simple because of the fact that my client has no criminal history. Despite the very serious nature of the offense, if my client is fortunate and the victim is fortunate and that the victim was able to make a recovery. My client is 25 years old. He was a high school dropout. And as the pre-sentence investigation reads, appears to have some literacy issues. Your Honor, this court has an opportunity here to take this young man, this 25-year-old young man, and set him on the right path, requiring to get his GED, requiring to take literacy courses, requiring him to be monitored. He would have, obviously, during deferred adjudication, no access to firearms. I believe this court can fashion a probation order that would benefit justice, society, and my client all at the same time. He has worked for the city of Beaumont in the past. He was worked for the drainage district, Your Honor. That's the last employment that he had prior to being arrested, if I'm correct.
How long has he been in jail, please?
He's been in jail for 379 days.
Okay, a year.
Yes. Or approximately 379. That was the count that I was able to get. And so he has essentially been stagnant for that year, waiting on his day to stand before you and take responsibility for his actions. He's done so. He's remorseful. And Your Honor, he's throwing himself at your mercy and asking for another opportunity to be a productive member of society.
Judge, he shot somebody. He was aiming at one person, hit somebody who wasn't even involved in the altercation, and could have killed him. I took in the fact that he has no criminal history into the cap by limiting his exposure. But you just don't shoot somebody and then walk out and walk away from the courtroom with the probation saying, we'll help you get your life in order. He could have killed somebody and could have killed other people just by his being a bad shot, shooting at somebody and hitting somebody else. So we would ask the court to give him just 6 years in prison.
I'll let go on. Why? Why do you deserve that?
I know that in my life around. I was in the wrong place for a long time. Somebody brought me there, so
Let me ask you. The victim in this case was shot. Where was the bullet wound?
Bullet came in the back and came out the front hip.
Wait. You shot somebody in the back? In the back?
it was dark.
Yeah. You just shoot in the dark? Come on. This guy got shot in the back, which meant he really was either fleeing or wasn't even looking at you.
It was actually shooting at someone else. That guy jumped out of the way and this hit the other person in the back. Wasn't even involved in the altercation.
You don't get credit for being a bad shot. Doesn't get you any points. That's terrible. What was all this about?
I don't know. Somebody wrong there.
Wait. You don't know what this was all about. You just go around shooting at people in the back for no reason. This doesn't make you need to,
It was two people started fighting.
You?
No, not at first. But first, two people started fighting. So I was trying to break them up. The dude swung at me, and happened he was a twin. So me and him ended up tussling. He pushed me on the ground. So that's when I ended up making my way up. I ended up getting up. So I ended up running back. It was like I seen there's two more people running down the stairs, and everything occurred.
Why'd you tell him why you fired?
So I thought, like, because they were running at me, so I took out my holster. Just I tried to do one shot, but I shot it one time for one shot, and I didn't know I hit him in the back. I feel myself about to get jumped on by 3 people. I was trying to do one shot so I can get out the way. All I know is I ended up getting arrested a couple months later.
Serve himself and society. Then he can be.
In my apartments. I can't even tell you what apartment was there because I wasn't really paying attention. I was on my phone.
Batiste was on the ground fighting with apparently you, according to the witnesses. Then one of the witnesses ran over, broke up the fight between you and the other man. Then you started to walk away toward the parking lot. Then he says you turned and then fired a shot. So the fight had ended and everybody was dispersing. And then you shoot the gun. Now, after you shot him in the back, what did you do? I want to see.
Walk off.
You left. Now, for everybody else to clean up the mess that you had made by shooting someone. Well, I guess you're lucky that we're not here on a murder case, huh? Go ahead. You were going to say something.
I was only going to say I believe my client would dispute slightly that version of events. Obviously, people have the tendency to protect their own, but he does admit to taking the shot and doing so wrongfully. And I understand that doesn't change the fact that this terrible thing happened. Nothing will change that.
No, but we can put the pieces together. And I mean, he had the power. He had a weapon, and he shot somebody in the back. Then he left. But he says he's not guilty, or it's not really. He's not blameworthy. He should have. I mean, when you shoot somebody, you have a duty to help them. You left. You left. They had to. I mean, you didn't ever come back. You didn't call the police. You left, and the police went to find you.
No, I'll talk to the detective.
Yeah, I know you talked. You didn't call the detective. They called you. You want me to read that? I obtained a Texas DL photo of David Lee Moore. I contacted Moore and spoke with him about coming to the station to tell his side of the incident. They called you. Don't tell me you did. And it's just, you should have hung around. You had nothing to worry about. Guilty men flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous stand bold as a lion. You ever heard of that? It's in the Bible. Oh, but I guess it could have been a lot worse. But once again, it just what we have too often in this case where people shoot at each other for really reasons that don't rise to the need for self-defense. It's just ego is bruised. All right. Earlier here in this hearing, you had pleaded guilty voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understand the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1, admitted in your plea hearing, to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this second-degree felony of aggravated assault. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 5 years. The judgment shall reflect that a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, was used in the commission of this offense. Once again, misuse of a firearm in the shooting, it just happens too often, but like many other cases, this is nonsensical. And here, you don't ever shoot somebody, but when you shoot them in the back,
Nobody actually got shots.
that's your problem. You're just shooting into a crowd.
I wouldn't just.
You just shoot into the crowd and somebody got shot. Thank God there wasn't a little kid there in the group. Thank God. Well, you wouldn't have cared. You just shot into a group of people.
I wouldn't care.
No. You either shot at somebody or you just shoot. And then a bullet found its way into somebody's back. That's just, you can't explain that away, sir. That was misuse. That was terrible, irresponsible use of a firearm, and it was a bad choice that you made, and you paid for it. That is